couple props that kind of stuck out to me was Joe Burrow's passing yards. Joe Burrow's passing yards was something that stuck out to me. It's slated at 3,975. I think Joe Burrow eclipses the 4,000 yard mark this upcoming season if he stays healthy. I really, really believe that. And obviously that's pretty much it's dead even, right? It's minus 112. Like, it's not. You're not getting the most necessarily value for you, but for those people that are out there looking for early season props, these are some of the things I'm looking for. Joe Burrow's passing yards is something that stands out to me. Evan, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man, you could use almost the same argument for Joe Burrow, for T. Higgins props, for Jamar Chase props, where it's like, hey, man, if Joe Burrow just stays healthy, like you're clearing a lot of these numbers easy. I think and rightly so, these models are probably baking in the fact that Joe Burrow, the T. Higgins, these guys have missed time in multiple years, right? So they're probably baking in, they might miss 3 to 5 games, right? So that's why you're getting such an advantage on this low number. But man, if he's completely healthy for an entire season for 17 games, you're telling me I get it for under 4,000 yards. He cleared that easily in 2021, 2022 when the offense was much worse. The offensive line was much worse. You've only got more talent than back then. So I love the over on that.
They're expecting him to get those opportunities. But I'll tell you a prop that I love, and I'm happy you didn't say it, so I'm going to say it. Joe Burrow over 27.5 passing touchdowns. Let me just say this right now, and maybe this is a little bit of a prelude to the topic next. This is disrespectful, but I understand it. It's disrespectful, but I understand it. And I understand it because Joe Burrow's coming off of a down year where he got injured. It's all that, okay, let's see what happens. And obviously, as the season progresses, it'll probably continue to elevate. But Joe Burrow at 27.5 passing touchdowns, if you expect Joe Burrow to be healthy and you're expecting him to play all 17 games this season, he's going to eclipse that mark. I expect the Bengals offense to be lethal this year, especially when you think about the red zone targets that the Bengals have added, let alone, let's talk about Mike Gesicki. That's a guy. I couldn't find any props for him. Man, I couldn't find any props either for him.
I think that's uncertainty with his role. It has to be.
Yeah, it's got to be. But I'll tell you right now, the fact that you got Joe Burrow's passing props at 27.5 with a guy like Mike Gesicki, who you put a safety on him, you put a corner on him, you put a linebacker on him. He's eating their lunch. And it's going to make it look easy, to be completely honest with you. I expect Mike Gesicki to lead the Bengals offensive weapons in receiving touchdowns this year. I think he'll have more receiving touchdowns in the red zone than Jamar Chase, than T. Higgins. I really expect that. I think Mike Gesicki is going to be a mismatch in the red zone, a mismatch quite like Joe Burrow's never had. Right? I mean, let's face it. He's a completely different tight end from the ones that the Bengals have had. He's different from Hayden Hurst. He's different from CJ Uzomah. He's the guy that you could actually throw out there at wide receiver and say, yo, I'm throwing you a fade. Yo, go up there and get it. And he'll come down with it. He's got the hands to do it. So, yeah, Joe Burrow at 27.5 passing touchdowns. I love it.